Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Paragon Company. I'm your Dungeon Master, Michael Penny, and last time, our heroes discovered an old schoolhouse within the ruins of Old Bain, where they had discovered multiple mirrors, like the ones that they had found in the orphanage. They sprung a trap to try and find who was behind the distribution of these mirrors, and they discovered several rat-like people who they captured and were being led by a strange tabaxi figure who resembled Kit Walken, the young tabaxi that they had been asked to find by Grim, their superior within the guild. Through some traps that they had set, they were able to capture all 4 of their assailants, and that's where we left off. So you guys have captured the were-rats and this tabaxi. The tabaxi, you tie him up, but he is just still sitting there, pretty docile, just like occasionally just being like, meow.
I guess I could stop doing that at some point.
We should probably stop having a meow. We don't want it to attract any undead attention.
That is true. Tom, let's go up concentration so then the guy stops, meowing and stuff like that.
Okay, so you drop suggestion.
Yeah, I dropped suggestion.
Okay. So as you drop suggestion, he kind of hunches down and looks at the ground for a minute, and then he's just like, I don't know who you people are. How dare you humiliate me like that?
Tom immediately says, I'll make you meow like a cat again if you don't shut up.
He's just like, what do you want?
I want to pet your tail.
The were-rats are all looking over at him like, he's just like, if your spell didn't work on me, I think things would have been a lot different.
Tom, Tom says, see that guy over there? And points at the shit rag guy. Yeah, I made that rag taste like shit. I can make you taste like shit.
He just kind of smirks, and he's just like, do what you want. I won't be here for very long.
Okay. And Tom puts a top cake into the guy's mouth and casts, the whole razzle-dazzle. It makes it taste like shit.
He spits it out. He's like, you asshole.
Okay, I'm done. I'll stop. I'm sorry. Even that's too much for me.
Gonna pop in. Jack's just gonna pop in and say, you literally told him to do that, though.
So yeah, he's just like, oh, I'm sorry.
Guys, being evil sucks. That's terrible.
Ryan, I don't know. I think you're finally living up to your name as sixth in line of evil.
Right? Oh my god.
I feel like Tom has a nice balance of evil right now. In all honesty.
So he's just like, so how'd you find this place?
I mean, it's right next to the giant town. Is he talking about Old Bainham in general, or
the schoolhouse?
Old town's right next to the new town.
Questions? We're the one asking the questions here.
Like, fine. Do you want to know?
You Grimm's brother?
Grim. Yeah, I guess I am.
Oh, so you look into any? You come out of any mirrors lately?
Mirrors? I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? Hey, you know what, Trax? I give you full. You know what? Cut off this guy's thumb right now. I give you full responsibility because I think he's being possessed.
Wouldn't that make it worse to cut off his
No,
thumb?
because he's the evil mirror version.
Is he?
He's on his feet.
Because the way he just replied when I asked him if he was Grimm's brother. Oh, I want an insight check. I think he's telling the truth, but only barely.
Yeah, I have the same suspicions actually.
I think he's technically Grimm's brother, but not actually Grimm's brother. He's not the person we're looking for. Can I?
All right, go ahead and give me an insight check.
Can I get some help from Gizmo?
I mean, sure, if Michael allows.
No, I'm still empowered, so I get advantage from Silvery Barbs because the next roll I do gets advantage.
Oh yeah, you never used your advantage.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I rolled a 4 for both of them.
Oh,
What?
Can I use guidance?
Sure.
Cool. Oh, fuck, I got a 12.
oh.
So I'd say you can't use guidance because you already told me the roll.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
So what'd you get? A 4?
Let me just double check. Well, I got a 4 plus 6, so I got a 10 overall.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
No, wait, I'm
You're
sorry.
not-
I was wrong. The other one was a 16. I read the base number, not the full number, so it's 16.
So yeah, you get the impression that he knows about the mirrors and like he's just fucking with you guys, and you actually have a sneaking suspicion that he might be trying to deliberately stall for time.
Okay, I think we should take him to the mirrors and put him back in the mirror. Can we do that?
I think we should get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's go do that. That sounds good. Let's grab the cat and go.
Like, I think we
So,
should allow these guys
As
out.
you guys are talking, he suddenly just jumps up. The ropes drop off him.
I shoot him.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
Yeah, and bats. Yeah, let's do whatever we need to do.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit. 15. That just hits.
Oof.
Or
Alright.
shoot him.
11 damage.
All right, so as you shoot at him, from the ropes that fell off of him, a rat runs up his body and jumps off him deliberately into the arrow. And it's like, and just drops dead. And he just fucking books.
I run after him.
I
So,
follow suit.
he is going to use his feline agility, which doubles his movement speed. So he's going to run with double movement speed and then also dash. So he gets a pretty lengthy head start on you guys. He's like 90. He runs 90 feet.
I can actually catch up to him if I spend a key point, which I will do.
I'm also going to activate my Phoenix Flight mode and do the full shit with Expeditious Retreat and dash or long
Would it
jump.
be
oh, wow.
Question: would it be beneficial for me to help Akira by throwing her?
If
That
you
might be
can,
tricky.
yes.
That might be tricky because I think she's
Yeah.
bigger than you. So I don't know if you can throw her.
Then who's little? Who's
Can you
whose
throw
2
Tom?
feet could fit in the palm of my hand?
You could probably throw like Tom maybe or Trax because
They
they're.
both have long range attacks, so throwing
But,
her
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
going for the cool factor.
so we'll say with your key point spending, how much does that bump up your speed?
If I dash twice, it makes my movement speed 160.
Okay, and then Archie,
Oh.
with your spell scroll, what does that do?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip one further for now, and I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Okay.
So it allows me to use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
So I'm
And
going to
then-
use all 3 of my actions to dash to move the same 90 feet you move.
Okay. And then Brian, what were you gonna say?
Tom has 120-foot range for Calamari Calamity or Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Okay. So
I'm gonna shoot the
as
fucker.
yeah. So go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay. 20.
That hits.
Okay, and I don't really want to kill him, but do I have to roll for damage if the whole goal is to like not?
Yes,
Ah,
you
dang.
have to
Alright.
roll for
Well,
damage.
hopefully. I got
I
an
mean,
11.
When
Oh, his eyebrows,
Alright.
Dominic.
if we suspect that he's the mirror version, wouldn't killing him just release the real person from the mirror?
I don't think we do suspect he's the mirror person.
Oh, I
Like
did.
the orphanage lady?
I thought Mike said
Yeah.
He's calling for time. I knew.
So
He said Mike said it seems like the vaccine was all about the mirrors.
yeah, but that doesn't.
I mean, I'm gonna shoot to kill, to be honest with you,
That's fine.
and I'm gonna shoot after this.
So after Akira and Archie just fucking dash right after him, Archie's maintaining speed with him. Akira's catching up to him. As you guys are running, a blast of like dark energy shoots past you guys and pegs him in the back. Are you going to use any of your special effects
Yes.
for your Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna slow him for 1, so he just like stops
Nice.
essentially, and then I'll pull him back. So it's
Okay.
slow 10 feet movement,
So-
pull back 10 feet.
All right. So as he's running, he's like, you guys are catching on him, and then the blast hits him and drags him back towards you guys,
Can we
and
do
you
a
guys catch up to him.
Can we dual clothesline him, couple style?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll. Let's see. How do we do this? Give one of you. Okay. Either both of you roll an athletics check, or one of you do it with advantage.
You should probably roll that. Well, what's your effort?
+1.
Better than me.
Okay.
So yeah. Then Mira,
I got
do.
I got a nat 20 for my first one.
Nice.
All right. So
yeah, so 25.
yeah. So as he's running, you guys are running behind him. The Eldritch Blast pegs him in the back, drags him back to you, and as he's like spinning from getting hit by it, both of you just like hold your arms out, and then like in a weirdly like cool but also slightly romantic way, hold each other's hands, and then just blam right into his face, and he just goes ass over tea kettle, smashes into the ground, and like spins to a halt on the ground, and it's just actually, why don't with that, Akira, give me a roll of 2d6 plus your dex mod.
Okay, I'm just as that's happening, as we full stop, I'm gonna turn back to him and be like, "Stop! In the name of love."
Oh.
10 damage.
Can I adjust
Alright.
the target of my next arrow to Archie for that one?
So he's just on the ground.
You know what? Go for it. Go for it.
No.
Tracks. Go for it.
By all means, shoot at the monk's boyfriend.
The monk I can just catch my arrows? Yeah, that's okay. I'll just shoot at the those lines though.
I did finally get deflect missile, so
It'd be fun to use it.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, he's just on the ground, like, just reeling, like, he's just laying there, like, staring straight up at the sky, like, just stunned, completely stunned.
Is there any way for me to check him to like verify like if he is like just infected or the mirror version of himself or something?
Give me I'd say give me either an Arcana check or a Medicine check.
I'm gonna go for Arcana because the goddess blesses me.
Okay.
Alright, so it's both rolls were a 22, and plus my d4s are 27.
All right. So as you're looking him over, and like he's not quite knocked out, but he's just really struggling to like move or anything at this point. Actually, no. With the amount of damage and then the fact that he slipped, no, he would be unconscious at this point. So you examine him, and as you're looking him over, you're starting to notice some of the some similarities to like the residue you found after destroying the tulpa, the mirror version of Baronin Bazuldu. But there is a slight difference, and it's that all of his injuries are leaking black ooze.
So I'm gonna like throw out a hypothesis, and you can inform how much I think that's correct as much as you want to. But it seems like he might be a tulpa who has then, after he like escaped the mirror, become infected with the ooze that we've been encountering, and who knows what the fuck that does to a tulpa?
Well, let's kill it.
If I was to like say like crush a hand, would it shatter in the dust if he was a tulpa?
Well, if you remember, as you did damage and destroyed the tulpa, she did crack and shatter.
And this guy's got like wounds.
Right, he has normal wounds,
Against
but
the
they are bleeding like the black goo.
Here, let me cut him.
Yeah, you can cut him. I just don't want to just kill Grimm's evil brother. Like,
I mean,
I'd at
I
least
don't.
have to show Grimm's evil brother.
Keep his thumb tracks because you
Cut the end
know.
of his tail off.
Yeah, or like a pinky or something.
No, this is cut the end of his tail off. It's super shitty for a cat person. Mess off his balance.
If my suspicions are right and it's a mirror, what could be fun to remove that's mirror based? I'm gonna gouge out an eye.
God, dude.
Jesus
But I
Christ.
can't trap him in a mirror, right? So this is the next best thing I can do, really. Besides, if it is the mirror anyways, we're gonna end up killing him as is. If I take out an eye and the eye doesn't heal, that just makes it easier for us to take him out when we have to.
No, I'd love him to be an evil mirror version and this just be over and done with. So yeah, be my guest.
So I'm gonna gouge out his eyes. I can go for both eyes.
Wait,
Go for both
not
eyes.
both. That's a lot.
Oh, I can just cure
I
him.
mean,
Can,
yeah, I
can,
mean,
can Tom just heal
I'm
him?
blinding him. You're
Maybe
healing
take
him.
maybe take an ear.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Maybe Tom should step in because
All right,
Tom's
so
the
how
evil
are we-
guy, right?
How are we torturing this guy? No.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're torturing something that needs to be killed, which is why I have no problem doing this. I just don't understand why everyone else is having an issue doing the right things. I'm just taking away his ability to see. You're just talking about taking away his ability to touch things and grab things.
My only reticence is what if he's being possessed, and if we get rid of whatever's in him, he turns back to not an evil person.
But isn't it a Tulpa plus the ooze? Like, isn't that the demon thing that replaces? I mean, I might be missing something, admittedly, but
According to Mike, he's not being wounded the same way. It's like he's wounded like a thing that's made of flesh and blood. Like, he's obviously bad. If he wasn't probably Grimm's brother, I wouldn't really care what happened to him. We could just kill him right now and be done with it.
Yeah,
But if we go to this guy and they're like, whoopsie daisy about your brother, that's not going to help our relationship.
Just taking an eye. I mean, it could be replaced. You
Oh no,
replaced
I'm fine with an eye. You just were talking about both. Fully
Oh.
blinding a person is a rough joke. Giving them like a patch is, functional justice.
Okay. If it will satisfy the group, I will just take the one eye then.
Hey, here's the thing. If we're wrong, you can take the other eye. No problem.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
and that's the thing. I'm taking one eye. If we're wrong, I'm outright killing him. That's the wager.
Well, personally, I think if we end
Oh my
up being
God.
wrong, you
Just
should
do
blind
it.
him.
Just do
Yeah,
it
I'm
already.
just doing it. I'm done debating. Trax
Yeah.
might just
Tom will stabilize him if
you
it turns
guys are
out he's
free
good.
to try to stop
Yeah.
Trax, but
No,
Trax
no,
would have
I'm
literally
just-
just gone and done it.
All I'm saying is, if he's actually evil, instead of outright killing him, you should like torture him first and then kill him. Have some fun with it, Like if he's
Well,
actually.
we still have the
evil.
option to throw him into a mirror.
That's true. Sorry, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Lots of ways to go about it. Trax is gonna go for. He'll go for one eye.
All right. Left or right?
Right.
All right. So give me an attack roll with your blades.
Here's hoping I don't mess this up. Could be an 18.
All right.
You're at the one.
Rolled a 1, accidentally get both eyes. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We just talked about this. I wasn't gonna.
You roll a 1, you give him 20/20 vision by mistake.
Corrective surgery right there.
Accidental LASIK. All right, so you give him true sight. No.
He's even better off now.
Right. Okay. So yeah, he's on the ground. He's not. He's like pretty much unconscious, and you just jab your blade into his eye, and he just screams out, and just black liquid starts like spraying and pouring down his face. And as you pull the blade out, what was his eye is stuck to your blade for a moment, and then starts to dissolve and just turn into the same black liquid and goo that is coming out of him.
That was a fascinating experiment.
I mean, I don't disagree.
Okay, so what does that mean? That's what Tom asked. So it's
Can I,
like what happened? Like why this happen?
Can I answer that?
It's directed at the group.
So
yeah.
So, I'd say based on your previous Arcana check and what you kind of figured before, that's not how like a person's body would react normally.
Yeah.
Like it would just be an eye pulled out of someone's head, not
I'm not good at
Then
medicine.
right.
I'm really squeamish about blood, but there's not really any blood here, so. So are we under the impression that how clear is it then that this thing is like, evil mirror Catboy?
I'd say, I mean, you don't have any definitive, but I mean, you guys seem to be leaning one way more than.
I think we at least need to get out of Albanium with these guys. And I mean, if you wanna, I'd at least like to bring this to Grim and be like, we're pretty sure this is my brother, and kill him.
I have a question
Gotta go.
though, really quick.
Yeah.
When people get trapped in the mirror, they look in, they see something looking back. If we were to dare to look into one of the mirrors in the schoolhouse, would theoretically, if one of the mirrors had the good Grimm's brother in it, would he be able to look back at us? Even though it's weird.
So you're not sure on that. You do. The information you were given from the couple people that you have met experience these mirrors Baron and Bazildu said that she had the mirror in her home time before one day, just on a day where she was particularly grief-stricken, her reflection started to move not in sync with her, and that's when she like blacked out, and was trapped in the mirror. The guy you talked to, Trax, when you were kind of looking into information about the mirrors, he told you, if you remember, he had the mirror for a little while, and one day thought he noticed his reflection looking at him out of the corner of his eye, but then he just immediately shattered the mirror.
You guys want to try sticking him in front of a mirror? I'm not trying to trap him, but like...
What? We have 2 mirrors, right?
Yeah, there's 2 mirrors in the schoolhouse.
What if we put him in between the 2 mirrors?
I'm down to clown on that. Like, worst case scenario, we get sucked into a mirror and we know what to do with the thing that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we could do to prevent any reflections? We could put him on a stick or like use snare or something. Like we could tie him with rope like onto a fishing line and like put him out in front of the mirrors so that none of us get like stuck in the reflection.
Tom could just suggest him to walk in front of the mirror.
Yeah, Tom can make him meow in front of a mirror.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so this is a cool experiment and I'm super down to do it. Would you guys be down to do it outside of the walls of Old Bank?
Yeah, sure.
So let's bring the mirrors. We have the mirrors already stored, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How much time do we have left on the ambulance, though? Because we do want to get the most out of that.
So it's only around like 4. You guys have only been in Old Bainham for about 5 hours.
If we leave, I wonder if we leave if they just stop. Theoretically, I would imagine they just stop. Then stop degrading.
Grabak and Tom, you guys remember Balsaron telling you once exposed, that's it.
Oh.
They just start deteriorating after that.
Okay, so do we want to do we want to use the amulets to their full potential at this point instead of leaving, or do we want to leave and just try to secure new ones?
I'm just trying to not get attacked by weird monsters while we're also maybe engaging a monster.
Oh, I completely agree. Yeah.
We can walk right back into town if things turn out to be on the up and up. Like, I just think that we should do this very dangerous thing we're proposing on the outside of the magical curse.
Because we'd only lose a couple of hours. We wouldn't even lose a couple of hours. It might
No,
be
we
like
wouldn't.
we walk back.
Yeah, we might lose like
Yeah, I think it's worthwhile doing it that way.
Agreed.
And if things are weird bad, we know it's time to book it. And if things are fine, then we just get back to it.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, so you guys
go back.
Okay, so you guys want to pack up and actually leave Old Bainham?
Yeah, and we're gonna just set up a camp like right outside the safety like perimeter and like set up this experiment and like some short rest time for everybody else.
Okay, all right. So you guys load up Kit into the carriage. He's not doing great, but he's stable. Fun fact, you guys were taking so long, I started rolling death saves for him. So anyway.
Oh, yeah. Tom does, what's it called? Toll the Dead. Is that it?
Oh, no.
Spare the
I
dying.
kill him.
Spare the dying.
Spare the dying.
Toll of
Yeah,
Death
yeah.
does the complete opposite.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Spare the dying,
So
that way he's stable.
all right.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's stable. And what are you doing with the 3 were-rats?
Oh, they got to be worth a bounty or something. I'm hauling them out.
Okay.
Oh,
So the one.
You're not gonna strip them naked?
I mean, they're rats. I don't want their shit.
Tie them together by their tail and pull them out.
Can we like tie them all up and just drag them?
I have them all tied up.
Yeah, they're all tied up
Oh,
already.
then can we attach the rope to the wagon?
Oh yeah. Have them kind of like walk behind it.
No.
Were you thinking more Achilles dragging them out?
Yeah, more like a light dragging.
And you guys complain about my gouging of the eye idea.
If we don't go fast,
They
Yeah,
were
don't go
rude
fast.
and they spoke ill of us.
You're right. They have really poor language choice.
So, all right, yeah. So you tie them to the back of the carriage. Kit, where do you put Kit?
Does somebody want to have him sit up front with them?
it seems like a safe enough way to handle it. As long as somebody, I mean, Kravak is probably the most capable of actually restraining someone. So wherever he is, he should probably basically just,
Technically,
in the shoulder
it's
Hug
hug.
him. I'll literally just sit there grappling him.
Like, just put your arm around his shoulder in a really aggressive, thuggish way, and we should be fine.
So because he's unconscious, I'm not even gonna have you roll for it, Grabak. If you just want to be holding him, like grappling him, you don't have to roll for it. He can't
yeah.
fight back. So
His sleep reflexes. He's like, no, get away. But yeah, I would. I think preemptively, I would like to grapple him.
okay. So yeah, you're just holding on to him. The three were-rats are tied up, and like walking behind the carriage. And was there anything else you guys wanted to do with the schoolhouse before you headed back to the entrance?
I mean, is it flammable looking?
I mean, it's a wooden building.
We probably don't want to draw attention just yet. Plus,
Good
I
point.
think we got caught up in investigating the mirror that we didn't actually investigate the schoolhouse itself. I could be wrong.
No, Archie did.
Archie did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, there's with the zombies that we have a pit surrounding it, so if we were to light a fire, one would assume the zombies would come looking, and then we just have a big old pit full of zombies.
So,
So
as
we-
much
I mean,
as
so what
the
you
idea
want
of
to do?
stuff on fire, the other buildings in town are also wooden.
Yeah.
So it's probably the best thing to walk away from.
Yeah, like I think we would need controlled fire to make sure it doesn't spread, but then we'd also need Akira to basically make, I would say, like a moat around.
Granted, though, I mean,
If it's around the schoolhouse to get the most
around the
effectiveness.
schoolhouse.
if there's a pit already around the schoolhouse,
Yeah, all I
that
have
would
to
serve
do
as like,
is finish up a circle.
Yeah.
so that would stop the fire from spreading.
'Cause it's fun.
All right. So
I'm down
we
with
gotta
it.
go. So if you guys want to do an arson, just do the arson because we gotta go.
Okay, Tom, would you like to do the arson? I know you can start a bonfire.
Tom just kind of shrugs and say, "Where put bonfire?"
Oh, and I can use control flame to help spread the fire too. So just put it anywhere in the building.
Exactly.
Tom looks at building and says, "Okay," and just creates a bonfire next to like some kindling.
All right, so you guys. All right, so Akira takes a few minutes to make sure that her mold earth spell is completely encircling the schoolhouse, and then as you guys are packing up to leave, Tom just like snaps his fingers, and you hear like a flickering, like a flame go like inside. And after a minute, you start to see like smoke coming out of like the windows and stuff. And as you guys are leaving, back the way you came, you said, right?
Yeah, we're also gonna have to keep an eye out for another place to use as like a staging ground. So everybody be on the lookout for other buildings that might be safe from incursion as we leave Old Van.
All right. So as you guys are heading back through the busted up barricade wall that you destroyed, the school, you guys all turn back to see the schoolhouse starting to just go ablaze. All right, so you guys pass through the busted up wall, and Archibald, you remember the route directly from where you went. You know, you make a hard left from there, and then back into the strip that led to the entrance from the wall. So yeah, you guys journey for a little bit, and you make your way to the entrance of Old Bainham, and you pass through the stone archway to the other side of the wall.
I'm going to keep an eye on all the captives while we're passing through, just to see if there's any reactions in any of them, from like the curse zone to free zone. Like
Sure. Give me just like a general. Actually, give me an insight check.
Okay. 11.
Okay. So as you guys pass through the stone archway, Archie, you're like checking out the three prisoners. They're just walking with their hands tied to the back of the carriage. You don't seem to notice anything with them. As you are traveling through Old Bainham, they did start to transform back into their previous form, so they don't look like just big rat people anymore. They look more like the weird, like not quite human, emaciated, like just scrawny, kind of greasy looking people. And you don't notice any change in kit either. And as you make your way back through the stone archway, you're back in Bainham. The two guards that were posted there turn and look at you, and they're like, "Oh, back already?
We're really good at our job."
Righto." They like look behind your carriage and see the three guys tied up, and they're just like, "Oh, who are they?"
We'll tell you
can-
when we figure it out.
Grabak, I'll throw them a silver each. Like, nobody.
Roll a persuasion check.
I think that's kind of cheap, Graubach. Only a silver?
We can afford
15.
a gold.
Yeah, but they don't deserve a gold.
Well,
Bribes aren't really about deserve.
yeah.
But they're peasants.
You're
Silver's
trying
good.
to, you're trying to buy their silence.
Oh my god.
How do you think the rich keep their wealth consolidated in the hands of the few? It's because they don't go spreading it around.
Don't give it away.
Grabak doesn't know what a proper bribe
Okay,
is.
I'm gonna help Graubach and give a gold each to them.
So they're just
That's like a
staring at
month
you guys.
wage, right? For them?
They're just looking at you while you guys are like discussing how much a proper bribe should be. And like the one guy looks really put off, but the other guard, he's just like, tell you what, if they're anything, if they're real bad or whatever, just let our boss know.
Free bribe. There we go.
Tom hands both of them a Tom cake and winks at them like really badly, like thanks for your cooperation.
Did you say winks at them?
Yeah, he winks at them. He's like this, but like really badly. He's like, thanks for your cooperation.
I feel like
Can his
Tom-
idea of a wink be just like a really big blink? Like
Yeah.
just like blinks right.
It's like this. It's like that. Like it's like really bad.
And it's like a third eyelid. It's not like.
Right. It's just like a thin film over his eye.
Yep. So, they take the Tom cakes, and the one guy is just like, "What is this?" And the other guard's like, "No, this is that new baker I keep hearing of." So he's like, "Oh well, all right, thanks." So, you guys are back in Bainham. Where do you want to go to do whatever it is you're doing?
The butcher
We've
shop.
already come farther than I meant to come, so forever. I guess we could try to get a hold of Grim, but
Aren't we gonna
Okay.
do the?
I thought we were gonna do it right outside of the
Yeah.
walls.
That's what I was guessing we were doing also, like right there.
Yeah.
Left.
I didn't. Are the two towns like right next to each other?
Yeah, so it's like the wall is basically it's Bainham and then like the graveyard, and then on the opposite end of the graveyard, the for old Bainham starts.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. We're not trying to waste any time on these amulets. So wherever we can stop and set up like literally camp, basically.
Yeah, actually, we'll give the two guards. I'll give the two guards 1 gold each, and just tell them to abandon their post just for a little bit while we work on an experiment.
So, all right, why don't you give me a persuasion check with it? Because you guys are kind of all working together and you keep paying them. So,
I mean, Tom could just do it.
That's true. You could just do it. Shit.
Alright, Tom will just do this. Someone just, give me advantage, right? So, Tom
Yep.
says, hey guys, we gotta do some guild stuff. Can you just, go take a break for a bit? Here's some gold. And then Tom kicks, right? And, alright. So the first one was a 13. And
Okay.
the second one is, an 18.
There we go.
okay. So, yeah, they, don't you remember 18's not good? So they're like, all right, well, if you guys need us, we'll be down at the pub. And they just walk away.
Tingrabot say to Trax, like, if you keep giving them gold, you're going to spoil them.
Tom says, in the framework of capitalism, there is no spoiling.
True. Well, I'm merely investing in those not wealthy. That's all.
Yes.
Don't come crying to me when they come to expect a gold piece every day.
This is what I learned that Archie told me is called trickle down economics.
Well,
my
very
God.
regret this Italian practice of disseminating all possible information.
So, all right. So, the guards leave. There's plenty of space here. What are you guys going to do?
We want to set up the mirrors, like, right across from each other.
Tom looks at Archie. Archie, what do you want us to do?
Oh, give me a second. You just grab some water.
Ah,
Okay, so I'm up to do whatever you guys want to do. I think the 2 mirror thing is a reasonable way to do this. Can we use snare and the fact that it suspends someone? Yeah, I'll snare him since he's restrained and knocked out or whatever. Is he knocked out anymore or is he conscious now?
No, he's knocked out. He's stable, but he's unconscious.
The thing about snare is that it suspends you 3 feet off the ground upside down.
Right.
And it doesn't matter from what, it just does that magically.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to snare him and we'll set the mirrors up in front of him without any of us having to place him in front of the mirrors. He's just suspended in midair where we need him to be.
You're casting snare again.
really
What's-
quick.
Yeah.
Before we continue with this experiment, let's
Yeah.
make sure there aren't any random people just kind of around seeing this, because I can see this turning into a little bit of a PR nightmare with how we're executing it.
Wow, we just got to wait if we get some.
So, all right, give me everybody give me a perception check.
11.
0.
What did you roll?
What?
A natural 1.
Oh,
12. But my base is 16. For passive.
So,
That
that doesn't matter when I ask you to roll.
I know.
7.
So passive is more like against when I roll stuff. Like if I have an enemy roll sleight of hand or stealth or whatever,
Gotcha.
or yeah, that's if you happen to notice it,
Oh, I have an alternative for snare.
Yeah.
Tom could just use Mage Hand to pick up the mirrors and put the mirror in front of the guy. So just go sit him in the corner somewhere far away from us and just
Oh, yeah.
put the mirrors down.
Are the mirrors heavier than 15 pounds?
Actually, yeah, they would be.
Can we use
How
two
big are
hands?
Two mage
Two
hands.
mage hands.
Working in tandem.
Ooh.
Do two of you have mage hands?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, they do.
All right. So I'll say, yeah, if the two of you work together with the mage hands, I'd say you can set up the mirrors that way if you want to do that.
Okay, before we do
Wait.
that, really quick, Tom says, Akira, we have to power up the friendshipness, otherwise we can't pull this off. Give me a high five, and then he just like does this with his tentacle.
All right, I do. I reach up because this tentacle goes up like ridiculously high. I kind of have to like get up on my tiptoes to like finish the high five.
His tentacle hand is clammy.
Of course, that's something we have grown to accept of
Right.
our invertebrate.
Right. So, all right. So yeah, you guys. Now, do you put the mirrors on either side of Kit, or do you put the two mirrors facing each other first, and then kind of like put them in between?
I think that
We can't lift up Kit, right? With our mage hand, because he'd be too heavy.
He would be
Right. He'd be a little
Yeah,
too.
so put Kit down first, and then put the mirrors down.
Okay. So yeah. You guys like.
wait, wouldn't that like if we put one mirror at a time, wouldn't that trigger the first mirror as soon as we put it in front of Kit though?
That's true. It would probably have to be at the same time, wouldn't it?
I think if we just string him up with like some like with like a stick or something, we put the mirrors down first and then we put him in front of it. Like we can like
so we
pull
use,
him down
we
with,
use
like,
Jesse's
oh.
snare from the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Alright,
you
yeah,
know,
just go for it.
Like lure him down.
All right. So, Jesse, what's your spell save DC?
15.
All right. He's unconscious, so he rolls a disadvantage. He totally fails.
Also,
Surprise!
were there people
Right.
around though?
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
but
right. I never told you that. So you guys don't really notice anyone like around. Like the guards left, and the graveyard's not very busy. So, and you're far away enough. Like the graveyard's large enough between the wall and the town itself that you don't think there's anyone really around. So you guys prop up the two mirrors opposite each other, and then Archie casts snare, and like the rope snaps and yanks Kit just dangling upside down in the air. And you guys kind of gently nudge him forward in between the two mirrors. All right. So as this is happening, you see his reflection on either side of the mirror, like just swaying back and forth. And as this happens, the mirror on the left keeps swaying back and forth, keeping, the perfect reflection of Kit. The mirror on the right, however, the reflection slowly stops swaying and starts to turn, like righting itself upright instead of being upside down, dangling. It starts to turn around and stand upright. And as you guys are kind of just examining this, all of a sudden, that reflection slams its hands against the glass. It just starts banging over and over again. And you hear a very, muffled voice. Sounds like they're just saying, "Help me! Get me out of here!"
so I'm gonna just kind of look to tracks and be like, I'd say that's good enough for me.
All right. I'm gonna go execute a unconscious snared person now. With my shadow in the graveyard.
All right.
Someone get Barry
Yeah.
to get a grave ready.
All right, Akira uses mold earth and opens up.
Awesome. So yeah, right in between the two mirrors and just right below the dangling kit, the ground just splits open right underneath them.
Can Barry be in the background, arms crossed, and just like that's unnatural?
I'm gonna turn around. Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and not watch this for superhero reasons.
All right.
That is fair. That is fair.
Although I am pretty sure we're right about this, just in case we're not.
Kind of like manifests out of you and walks forward. How do you have it attack, kid?
He's just hanging upside down, right?
Completely helpless, upside down,
Shut. Hey, shut.
still bleeding from the eye socket.
Oh my god! You should shoot him in the other eye and blind him into death.
While it is tempting to go for the other eye, I think I'm just gonna behead him.
All right. So go ahead and roll to hit with advantage.
Grabak pulls out an umbrella and just kind of opens it in front of him.
All
Oh
right.
damn. Nat 20.
Oh wow! All right. So you don't have to roll damage or anything because he's already at 0 hit point. But so Shrex, your echo just walks forward and like holds its hands out, and like a shadow copy of your blade weapon appears in its hands, and it just like Darth Maul spins and just lops Kit's head right off. And as Kit's head gets severed, it immediately starts to just turn into like a black sludge, and his body does the same and just liquefies out of the magic ropes holding it up, and just all splatters down into the hole in the ground that Akira opened up.
As it does that, I use my mage hand to light like a tinderbox, and then I use control flame to like make it like blow up to like.
Okay.
I do have tinderbox.
You can just look.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Just.
I don't want. Oh, okay, yeah. Whatever. I just don't want to get near the mirrors.
Right.
So yeah,
that's-
you light your tinderbox and toss the match in, and the black goo that's down in the pit bursts into flames, and you hear it like shrieking, like just this horrible high pitch, like, and like for a second it almost seems to like rise out of the pit before just sort of like starting to crack and dry out and crumble. And then it just sort of cracks and shatters, and the flames die down. And as this happens, the mirror to the right just blows out. Like, just the glass just shatters out straight forward. Grabak, you're with your little parasol out, you have like glass and goo just hit the parasol, gently not touch you at all.
I throw the parasol in the hole.
God damn it, Grabak.
I shall replace this.
It's like I got a 10-pack.
Gold.
As the mirror shatters, Kit just stumbles out and like catches himself just before like tripping and falling into the hole.
How's he looking? Can I like steady him and like check him out?
Do you want to give me you walk up to him, you want to give a medicine check?
Yeah, I'll fail at that.
Ooh, do we cover the other mirror?
Oh, we haven't moved the other mirror yet.
It's still facing Kit, actually.
Oh, that's not good.
Can I just break it really quick with my shadow?
Yeah, sure. So your actually, yeah, go ahead and roll to hit again with your echo.
Oh wow. 10.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
12.
Okay. Yeah, so as Kit stumbles out, your echo just turns and just smashes the other mirror. So Kit's just like, sitting there on the edge of the pit there. There's just broken glass all around him. Archie, what was your medicine check?
22?
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I was 19.
Nice. So you start looking him over, and much like Baron and Bazul do when she first escaped the mirror, he just looks very, tired and, just like he's suffering from, exhaustion and, just sort of dazed and not really sure what's going on around him.
Can I wave Tom over and just be hey bud, can you spare a Tom cake?
Tom walks over and gives Kit 2 Tom cakes.
Ooh.
One is flavored
Okay.
chocolate, the other one is flavored vanilla.
So Kit grabs the 2 Tom cakes and he's just like, huh, they're shaped like fish. And he just take a bite out of one and he's just like, thank you. I could really use something to eat. Who are you people?
Oh, wait, this is perfect. Can we all do a Paragon Company pose? So everyone does a really flashy pose, like, Shasha! Paragon Company! Stuff like that.
Only if it's like the Ginyu Force.
Can we leave
T-poses. Everyone does a T-pose.
Can we leave an open spot? Can we leave an open spot for Kit since he was supposed to be with us?
Oh, yeah.
Aww.
It's adorable, yeah.
Yeah, we'll edit him in.
So he's just like, oh, that's great. I not sure what happened.
We gouged your eye out.
I'm sorry, what?
Tom yells, we gouged your eye out.
It's fine. We'll explain everything. What's your stance?
Yeah.
So he he's a bit confused, but he starts to tell you, he's like, I was headed north of here to Anfang to actually join your guild, but I think I got a bit ahead of myself. I decided to try to prove I could be a good member of the guild by coming into this town, and I found these mirrors. This old house. One of them, I don't know, it had some sort of black slime or something on it, and when I touched it, something reached out of the mirror and pulled me into it. And then I don't really remember anything else until just now.
Archibald crouches down to him and is like, it sounds like you had a hair deal. And maybe you need a little bit of an adventuring education.
Well, that's what I was going to do.
I give a business card to my new school. It's actually in the same fort you were heading to. Congratulations.
Oh. Say, you're from Anfang?
We know Grim.
Yeah, Grim's here.
My brother's here?
Yeah, we'll take you to him. Let's go.
Yeah, lost
Yeah.
for a few months now. You've been missing for.
Yeah, from what it sounds like, you were actually supposed to be with us when we joined the Paragon Company.
You missed quite a bit.
Oh. Wow. All right. Well, thank you all for saving me.
How well do you fight?
Not yet,
Well-
Grobak. Let the man recover.
Clearly not well enough.
We'll work on that. Anyway,
Fix that.
we gotta get a hold of Grim, and then, as much as I hate to say it like this, do we want to like make sure Grim takes his brother safely and then get back into danger?
I don't think we have time, given the amulets.
Well, that's what I mean. We don't. How much have we really used at this point? Like that wasn't really
What
that
were you?
long of a deal.
Yeah, we're like what, 3 hours in now, Mike?
I thought it was like 5.
Yeah, you've been in. It was from like 11 to 4. So yeah, you've been at about 5. You have like 19 hours before the amulets burn out.
I
Okay.
think the right thing to do is to make sure that Grim knows what's up and takes his brother into safety, safe custody, and then not waste these amulets. They're hard to get.
Would I know, like where Grim is staying?
Yeah, you guys are staying in the same place as him.
Okay.
Yep.
I have message, so as long as I'm within 120 feet of the place, I could send him a message to tell him to like meet us. Just,
You're much farther than that.
I mean, I know, but
Yeah, no, I know.
I mean,
Can Tom
I
use
can-
taumaturgy? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jesse.
I was gonna say if Akira doesn't mind like doing the run, I can cast like Long Strider. Like I can make her fast, like I can make myself fast, and she'll be faster than I.
So
So,
she's
like-
naturally faster.
Yeah, I can give her 10 extra move speed, and I can give her the extra dash action like thing, so she'll move 150 feet around, and she can just run and get Grim. And,
Damn, that's faster than Usain Bolt.
no, it's good.
All right, yeah. If that's what you want to do, or if you guys just want to run over there, real quick, or if you want to just send Akira to get him.
Well, how much time is it really going to take to get him back here, basically?
Honestly, probably like 20 minutes.
I mean, if everyone's cool with it, we take 20 minutes and get a hold of Grim and be like, come pick up your brother.
Yeah, I'm fine
So
with
why don't
that.
you guys like pack stuff up and make sure stuff is set so that we go as soon as I get back or something?
Well, if we're gonna do it that way, why don't I go and then everybody else can take a long rest because that's what short rest because like Tom and Akira both used up a little bit of their juices, and like since I'm already wasting 20 minutes, they may as well take some time and get ready to go back in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, okay. So whoever wants to do that can chill for a bit.
I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Cool. I'm taking a short rest because I'm out of keys.
Okay. What are you doing, Grabak?
Ooh, I'm going to rest / spar with Barry Shallows.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So, Akira.
Even the
Wait, one last thing before the short rest. I use mold earth to cover the hole I made.
Oh, you just close
Yeah.
it back. Yeah.
Yeah. I closed the hole in the earth.
All right. So. So yeah.
Also, as we're heading in to meet up with Grim, I'm just tossing up. I'm just saying to people, "Yo, go to the graveyard. It's an awesome fight going on." I'm just advertising the Grobak berry sparring.
Right. So, okay. So, Akira and Tom, you guys just kind of, chill out for a bit. Grabak, you go and you find Barry over, just sort of like walking the ground. and he's just like, "Oh, good to see you again."
I would like it very much if we could spar again to kind of keep myself nice and ready to fight the zombos.
He's like, "Oh, all right. Sure. Where do you want to do it?"
Graveyard?
Great. He just throws his shovel down, and he's just like, "All right, let's do this." So, real quick, we're gonna do kind of what we did last time. Go ahead.
We're gonna roll all the same numbers again?
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Give me an athlete.
22.
So this time you guys go to, brawl again, and like this time you're kind of more like ready for him, and he goes to grapple you, and you just immediately like kind of twist his arms, kind of like spin him down onto the ground, and he's just like, "Oh crap!" He gets up, and he's just like rubbing his arms. He's like, "I guess I haven't quite got my strength back from last time."
Well, there's always another time then.
He's like, "Yeah, let me rest up, and then I'll see you in that pit."
I am okay with that. I'd rather fight him at his best.
Right? So, Archie and Trax, you guys head back to the Horse's Arse, because Grim's been there pretty regularly, and you go in, and he is inside, just sort of like he's sitting at one of the tables. He's got a drink. He's not like jumping around and dancing and playing like a lot of the time at night when you guys see him. Now he's got more of like documents and paperwork sprawled out on the desk in front of him, and like you see he's just kind of like he's got little spectacles on, and he's just sort of like looking over stuff and like writing things down and crossing names off of lists and stuff, and he's just like he looks up and he's like, "Oh, hello. I thought you guys were going into the town."
Well, the thing about that is, like I was telling the hand of the Polis guys outside, we're really good at our job as Paragon Company adventurers. So you should come with us, and you've found something you might be interested in.
He puts his pen down, and he gets up, and like he goes and grabs his blue like cloak and his hat and puts it on, and he's just like, all right. Is it good news, or should I be preparing myself for something bad?"
Well, there's certainly a lot of things to discuss.
Okay. Well, let's go then. Lead the way.
So, like, Archibald shouldn't do this, but, like, Jesse thinks it's so funny, so I'm not going to tell him that his brother is okay. Like, Archibald is not a character at all. But, like, Jesse cannot help myself.
Okay.
Well, like, Trax is wondering why you haven't told him, but he's not
Right.
going to break what you have going on right now.
So yeah, Grim follows you guys back to the gates to Old Bainham, and as you guys get there, he finally goes, "All right, guys, what is it we're here to discuss? I already told you I don't want to go into town."
I tell him, you won't have to go in. We brought it out. Please just go check over there, and I need you to identify something.
Okay. And like he walks a little bit forward, and then he like stops and turns and looks back to you, and he like takes his hat off, and he's like, I don't know what to say right now. I just worry that I'm not going to like what I see.
I can't tell you how you're gonna feel, Grim. I can just show you what we found.
All right. And he like turns around and he starts to just walk away, and he goes over to where like Tom and Akira are, and he just kind of stands there looking kind of nervous for a minute, and then out from behind the carriage you just hear Grim, and like his ears perk up and he turns around. He's like, Kit, and he like runs, and like the two of them just run up to each other and just give each other like a huge hug. And he's like, oh my god, where have you been? And he's just like, it's a long story, bro. I got trapped in a mirror. And he's just like, what? You know, it's just like they kind of go back and forth.
So I like lean to Trax and I'm like, Centella, forgive me for a secret, but that seemed worth it.
Trax agrees, most certainly.
Yeah, so as they're like talking to each other, Grim just looks over at you guys real quick, and he's just like, not cool, by the way.
I mean, you seem pretty happy.
Yeah.
I was expecting something terrible, just so you know.
And we brought you something great.
Archie, someday I'm going to have a chat with you about social cue.
If I had to rate myself on a scale of 1 to 20, I would say I'm about a 6 in interacting with other people.
I will say, I would not have done it any other way, though, as well, so.
So he, he just kind of like puts his arm around Kit, and he's like, well, this is a load off my shoulders. Let's get back to the inn. I'm sure you have plenty to go over with me. I want to hear all about it, and you look like hell, if I'm being quite honest. You need some rest and probably a pint of ale or something.
Unless you can subsidize some new amulets, we gotta go back in.
Time's a ticking.
It's like, well, honestly, thank you all so much. I wouldn't have found him without you. I know that I'm your superior in the guild, but honestly, thank you all. This is huge. I'm going to put in a good word for you guys. So, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Get back in there if you... But we'll talk when you get back. And he with his armor and kit, they just sort of walk off back towards the Arceus horse.
Alright, fun. Let's go check on your fire pit trap, Rob.
Heartwarming stuff, not to get physically warm.
Oh, hey, quick question. What do you guys do with the three other guys?
Are those guards back?
Not quite.
I mean, like, I'd like to see if we can make some cash money off it, putting some criminals in, behind bars, if at all possible.
If they were going to the pub, would it be the horses? Would it be the horses' arse also?
The Arceus horse. I keep mixing it up
Arceus.
myself.
I keep mixing it up.
No, I know. So, you wanna send them off, Grim?
That he is. I mean, if he's willing to escort him to the authorities, he's a higher level character than us.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Give me a second, because let me just check something for him. Because he's certainly not as strong as some of you, but he might be able to get around that.
And if not, I don't mind spending just that little bit of extra time we have for their short rest stuff to just try and run after those guards and be like, all right, we're done doing stuff that we needed to bribe you for. You can come back.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if we had if there was a chance we may have seen them when we got Grim in the first place.
Oh, yes, no, duh, yeah, that is where they. So yeah, you guys can have told them that they could come back if.
Yeah, we'll explain to them, because it wouldn't ruin us tricking Grim, that, we've got some, what we're definitely fairly certain are just everyday thugs, but who could be a little more dangerous than that, for them to take into custody. Official, guild captures, though. Don't get it.
Right. Okay, yeah, so I'll say the 2 guards come and with you guys, and or shortly after you guys. And so before you head back into the town, pass off the your 3 prisoners to them, and they're like, all right, yeah, we'll take care of these guys. We'll bring them into our office. Come back out when you're done, and we'll talk then.
Tom chimes in really quick and points at the shit rag guy and says, "This guy was really mean to us. He said bad words against my friend."
Oh, we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, he also tastes like shit now.
Tom, are you trying to press charges?
Tom just stamps the ground a bit, like he's like a 2-year-old. He's like, Tom is angry.
I've never seen Tom angry. He's normally such a gentleman.
Right? Such a gentle megalomaniac.
Yes.
Nobody insults my best friend and gets away with it.
Alright, so you guys pass them off to the guards. Grim has Kit. Yeah, I'd say from here, you guys would probably, unless there's anything else you want to, would head back into the old town.
I mean,
No,
I think
heading back to the old town.
Okay. So actually, I think probably gonna call it here. Actually,
Okay.
this feels like a good place to stop. But
I can't remember if we covered this or not last time. Did we ever talk about having Archibald look into how these amulets are created to possibly make them last longer?
So yeah, he did a little bit of looking into them, and it's more the wood itself, not exactly.
Right.
There's not so much an enchantment as much as the wood gives off like a property.
That's what it was. Okay, I couldn't remember off the top of my head just now. That's why I asked.
So I am a carpenter, and if we can find any more wood, arguably speaking, the cross-section of my tool skills and my magical skills should mean that we can cut out the middleman on this bullshit.
Yeah,
But,
that's what I was hoping to do.
It is important that we have the right material, not, the right technique.
I feel
Yep.
I just feel like the landlord, when we were kind of casing the house, did it seem like he had a courtyard or something? In the middle, in the center of his home. You know what I mean? Like how the old Italian palazzos had a central section.
Oh, kind of like the kind of how the old artist guy had.
Yeah.
So you didn't get a great look at around. If you remember when Trax was trying to case the place, he kept
I
bumping
botched
into
that one.
guards. So
Yeah.
so it doesn't seem quite as big as the old artist guy's house that you guys went through before. So you're not entirely sure, but you do know it is at least smaller than that place. So take that how you will. You know.
I was thinking the trees could be grown like inside the house.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
He's got access, in theory, he's either got a stockpile or access to growing cletwood, and like either thing is something.
Right. So he's got a monopoly on the necessary good. Yeah.
I don't love the concept, but like until we know more about it.
And my question is, do the amulets start decaying and then you've got 24 hours after they start decaying? Or is it they decay for 24 hours within the presence of
No.
Albina?
Once this
It's-
process starts, it's
Yeah, it keeps happening,
Okay.
even though we're out here.
so one thing, Mike, since we're cutting, that I
Yeah.
would like to focus on with like my research into the amulets as we go forward is I want to see. Obviously, I want to like get to know them enough to try to duplicate them, but I would love to see if like through any kind of techniques of like pacing them in something or like shielding them somehow or like adjusting the magic in them in any kind of
Right.
weird way that I think I could either like circumvent the idea that they start to decay, make them last longer, just anything I can do to like improve the ones we have access to, and if
Yeah.
anything like that is possible. If not,
Yeah,
no
like
big deal, but more bang for me.
Like trying to apply like a dampener effect.
Yeah, I was thinking that if we could, since they basically absorbed the curse for us, my first hypothesis was shielding them in some kind of like a radiation housing that would
Mhm.
protect them from the curse so that they degraded slower while they took the curse for us. Maybe make it 24 hours into like a little bit less than 48 hours, or maybe even like a day and a half is still a big step.
Yeah.
Right.
But if none of that's possible, that's fine. But I'm basically just putting it in your ear that like,
Right.
if I can, while we're in Old Bainham Adventures, one of Archibald's primary focuses is the special magical artifice that we need to live.
Well, so since you guys are back out of the old town and we are in session here, I'd say if you guys want to discuss it, if you guys want to take like a day or two of downtime, you would probably lose the amulets you do have and have to get new ones. But that's up to you guys. Or if you want to just, get back in there, I'll let you guys kind of talk about that if you want.
Yeah.
And let me know. But that is an option.
So Grim totally skated by the fact that I said he could subsidize our amulets, right?
Oh yeah, he completely ignored that.
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah, I know. I was just-
Danced around it.
You
Yeah.
you just gave him back his little brother that he's been worried to death about. He wasn't paying much attention to this.
See, damn, we should have held on to the little brother and then tried to get him to subsidize our amulets before giving the little brother back.
ransom the child.
Just ransom him. Trax would never do this, by the way. I'm just jokingly throwing it out there.
I'll gouge a motherfucker's eye out, but I'm not gonna
Yeah,
hold someone's
God.
get ransom.
I mean, we were functionally ready to give him back his brother maimed already. It's not like
That's true. It's okay. I feel like you guys, even though you didn't know, you all knew that wasn't really Kit.
I was hoping.
well, he was.
You were all hoping it wasn't
As a
Kit.
kid, it was a kid that didn't really need both of his eyes.
Yeah.
Like I felt about 90% that it wasn't Kit, but like I understand everyone else wanting a little bit more than that because it wasn't that much to go off of anyways. So
Now that our heroes have found the real Kit, released him from his prison within the Cursed Mirror, and returned him to his brother Grimm, they're going to head back within the ruins of Old Bainham. What will they find? Will they find the mysterious creature that they almost ran into? Will they be overrun by zombies? Will they find a way to extend the length of time that they are protected by the Cletwood amulets? Find out next time on the Paragon Company. As always, I'd like to thank Will Savino and his Music D20, which we use in all of our videos. I'd like to thank @CactusToad on Instagram for creating our character artwork. And all NPC artwork and backdrops were generated using Midjourney. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, whatever. I try to get back to anyone who does comment, so there's that. But I hope you enjoyed. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.